live on YouTube as well. YouTube at the moment is saying waiting for Wedding Fairs Yorkshire, but it might take a couple of seconds for the delay between one to the other. So I'm going to watch that and watch this at the same time. So hopefully some of you guys will be starting to join us. If not, then we're going. We are now live on YouTube. I'm going to turn that down, otherwise it's going to drive me crazy. Sorry about this, guys. We are testing new things, new technology as we go, or otherwise known as flying by the seats of our pants. How'd it go, Alan?
Something like that,
yeah. Alan, how is you? How has your week been? Any news from that side of the world?
No, not particularly. Business as usual as it can be at the moment.
Is your delivery on its way? Is it on schedule? I'm sure everyone would like to know the news that you're very soon to have a baby. Maybe not you, cases.
Yeah, all on track. The end of June, I think, is when we're supposed to see something. So, yeah, we should be looking forward to that. Very excited, very nervous, losing sleep. But I think that's all fairly normal.
Brilliant. So, yeah, like I said, we're doing this on YouTube this week, which is, I have no idea how or why this will work. So I'm just going to put a comment up in YouTube now saying, say hello to everybody, say hello, and just see how that interacts or works with this format. The reason, it appears on the side here, the same as everything else. The reason for those that are watching this, why we're doing this, is we've been signaled out, called out, highlighted, scouted by the company that we're working with, the software, and we're now going to be doing what's called simulcasting very shortly, where we'll be going out to YouTube and Facebook at exactly the same time, which means you guys doing the virtual shows, it means your reach is so much greater as well, which is good for search engine traffic, and it's good for getting your name out there and promoting you as a wedding business. I suppose the hottest topic at the moment is the virtual shows. Alan?
Yeah, I mean, they're going really, really well. We've got 8 under our belt now. The one that we've come in this week is the 9th one we'll have done. We're looking at Leeds. So we're showcasing suppliers that cover the Leeds area and further afield. And yeah, they're going really well. I mean, obviously everybody's learning something at the moment. It's been a steep learning curve for us, particularly you, Grant, the tech guy behind all the virtual shows. But yeah, I mean, they're going really well. They've come a long way since the first one we did. They're now quite swish with running commercials and banners, and it's a much easier experience for the suppliers that are getting involved, and it's a much prettier experience for the viewer as well.
Thank you.
And the feedback we're getting from them as well is, I mean, when we established them, we thought, well, wedding businesses can't really do a great deal to promote themselves at the moment. So when we put these together, the goal of them was so that the suppliers were getting some exposure to the couples that are out there. And once your doors could open again, you'd pick up a couple of appointments at these virtual shows, and those appointments would walk straight through the door. It's actually going one better than that, and the people are actually getting bookings from them there and then. And we do keep in touch with the suppliers, before and after the event, see how it's gone for them, and the feedback is very, very positive. So we're quite chuffed about that, aren't
we? One of the things that for anyone that's not seen our virtual shows or been involved in them, if you only seen what we put out on the blog post, that's only part of what we actually do. What makes what we're doing unique and special to us is the interactivity about it and the engagement with the actual couples. I know, and it'd be naive to think that we're the only ones doing this. There is other companies out there trying to do virtual shows, but what they're doing is they're just posting on Facebook or they're just posting on a website, and people are putting up presentations. That's fine. What makes these unique, and it comes with its own challenges, is the fact that it is interactive and it's live. So, sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes we have sound issues. Sometimes we have technical issues. Sometimes people have set issues. But that's what makes it real. And it's the audience love to be part of that as well. And the engagement we're seeing from couples is brilliant. And what's nice is, and I'll not quote the person that said this, but You know, I was speaking to someone earlier and they've been involved in other shows where it is just putting up a presentation and they've not heard anything back from it. Whereas they've already got 2 really good bookings from this show that we're doing. So it's something we're definitely going to look at keeping going. Just to bore people with numbers, over the last 4 shows, which is when we've really moved up into the format that we're using at the moment, the numbers have been, and each week gradually increasing as well. We had the Bradford virtual show. The first numbers I'm going to give you are the people that are actually watching at that moment in time. Now, what you got to think of this number is, even though it's not in the hundreds yet, this number is the amount of people that are watching that segment of the show at that particular time. So that's like having those people at the front of your wedding fair stand at that moment in time, listening to your pitch as such. So the Bradford show, we were peaking out at like 55 people watching live. The Sheffield show, 66 people. North Yorkshire, 77. And last week we had that at 68. It dipped down a little bit last week, but I believe that was down to the amazing weather we had and the confusion about whether we can go out. And the kind of the follow on from that, and this is what again makes this special, and why I say to people to get involved afterwards, that's the people that are watching live at that very one moment. The watch and the engagement that the shows are getting in the week after that is the Bradford show, 1,794. That's 1,794 people, unique people as well, that are watching those pitches. The Sheffield show, 1,800 people engaged with that. The North Yorkshire, 2,079. And the Wakefield, 1,538. Again, that's unique people that are seeing your business and your brand. And the reach from that, which is the people that just see it and then nip off out somewhere else and don't really engage with it. The reach from that, you know, Bradford 9.1 thousand, Sheffield 6.5 thousand, North Yorkshire 11,000, and the Wakefield one just gone 8.5 thousand. That's the reach that your business is getting put in front of by being involved in the virtual shows. On top of that, and again, this is not a sales pitch, what we're doing is we're setting people up as Lloyd Gemini says congratulations, he's so pleased for you. I'm assuming that is about your baby and not about my marketing numbers. If it is about the marketing numbers, Lloyd, thank you. Do you know what I mean? I am very proud. But it was about the baby. I don't think Alan did too much work involved in that. It's mainly Kate that does the work. So yeah, so that's the reach that it gets. On top of that, what we also do is we cut down everyone's piece and put it onto YouTube. So you've got your own individual set that you can send your people to. So you can kind of say, you know, this is my little section. And if you want to promote that on your socials, you can link back to the YouTube as well. And we also put it on our blog, which this week we're changing the way we do that as well. So we're adding more contact details for each supplier that's involved in it, description, Facebook and website links for all that lot. So all in all, the reach and the impact that they're having is quite special. So I say something I'm proud of, but it's something we as a team have worked hard on in each individual bit to make it work, and it's doing. I'm pleased with it. It's doing well.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've just done a quick glance at the numbers over the past few weeks. I think we've had almost 90 suppliers now that have taken part in the shows and give themselves some exposure, at the front of the people's minds who are looking to shop for the wedding. And again, it's all through the different areas of the region as well. So it's one of the very few things at the moment that you can be doing that's constructive and proactive for your business. With the success of them, it would come as no surprise to us if these were to continue on, after lockdown, after COVID-19 has been
from a supplier, from a business point of view. I mean, we do content for stuff that we do already anyway. But what's great is, like, every show's different, and some people have done multiple shows and improved. And Lloyd Gemini is a great example of that. How he's always improving his pitch and his how he delivers it. The good thing is, if you're at a physical wedding fair, we love physical wedding fairs. If you're at a physical wedding fair and you have a really great day and your pitch is just on form, and at the end of the day, you go, do you know what? I spoke to loads of couples today. My pitch was just brilliant. The engagement with people, fantastic. The next day, that's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. It's a memory. With these pitches, if you do a great pitch, and it'll take a couple of times for you to really perfect that pitch. If you do a great pitch, that it's physical, it's real. It's then put onto YouTube. And if you want to incorporate that in an e-shot that you want to send out to people, you can send that as an e-shot out to people. If you want to put it on your website and your blog, you've got that there. So it's a really great way of getting that asset. Our checks in the post. Lynn is the best. Lynn is the best. We don't watch for Lloyd.
No.
It started off, it was just Lynn, and then Lloyd kind of got in, and now it just seems to be Lloyd. So we want to see Lynn back as well. But
not in the outfit though, is he?
He doesn't dress up.
No,
well,
he doesn't.
Not on the virtual shows, so I've heard. Hey. And it's great just to reach out there, and the couples are needing it. Speaking of reaching out there, the physical shows, it's starting. Lockdown is easing a little bit. We're looking at procedures we can put into place and taking advice from people and from suppliers about what's making people comfortable of how we're going to do this. But yeah, we have got some shows coming up, government advice, etc., permitting, health and safety permitting. Alan?
Yeah, July, we've got shows in the diary for Sheffield, Manchester, Bradford and Leeds. In the run-up to these, I mean, of course, we're going to be keeping a close eye on what the government guidelines are, but we are going to be in touch with the event coordinators, the management at the venues. We are going to be kind of touching base with them, going over and doing a site visit with them all, making sure that the event can run safely, and just kind of keeping our ear to the ground, really. I mean, I think we all saw pictures of some of the coastal towns and even some places in Yorkshire. I think is it a city beach somewhere? They were absolutely rammed, and I think people are going to be keen to kind of get out. So if the question rises as to whether people are going to come or not, then if they are allowed to go ahead, then yes, they will. People will visit. Yeah. It's down to us and to the venues to kind of make sure that the events can be operated in a safe way, and that's what our job is. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, certainly, I think there's the July shows, like I said, they're in the diary. We're hoping that they are going to go ahead. If things kind of take a step backwards, then that they may not be. But we certainly believe that the shows were back to usual as of September.
Yeah, we're working with the premise that they are going ahead, which is, means we're spending money on marketing them. Hopefully that won't be a waste. We have spent a lot of money on marketing for events that haven't happened or have been postponed, but that's the nature of the industry that we're in. To let people know as well, it is a priority. It's not often I watch Prime Minister's Question Time, but it just happened to be on earlier and I caught it, and it was actually brought up there. Jane Holt, an MP, brought up specifically wedding venues being able to showcase and wedding businesses being able to showcase what they do. That was her direct question, which Boris Johnson said that there is actually a report going in now, and it's a high priority for the wedding industry. So that's really reassuring, the fact that it's on their radar and it's something they're specifically looking at and dealing with. So, I've got great confidence in that. Markets are now open. That again is a good signal that, if markets can be open, it's very similar format to what a wedding fair is, apart from you don't generally have suppliers going, get your wedding photography here. But Gemini does do that sometimes. So maybe that'll be the difference. Maybe we've just got to get photographers shouting stuff. So yeah, so that's really positive. So I do believe by autumn, the autumn season, that should be somewhere fairly normal-ish, as normal as whatever the new normal is going to be.
Very much so, yeah.
A couple of other things. For those people that are watching it, every Tuesday, Liz from the Wedding Guide runs a wedding networking meeting. It's a great networking meeting. Set aside, a couple of hours. Set aside some time to brew, and it's a great networking meeting. A lot of people kind of chat, express their concerns and talk about stuff, and it's a great support group for people in the industry. One quick thing on support groups. I mentioned last week about the Wedding Fairs Yorkshire Suppliers Group, and how it's not going to be an advert for wedding services. It's about supporting the suppliers and the network. this week, despite saying that, I've had to boot a couple of comments out of there. From this post now, it is going to be a 3 strikes and you're out. So please don't just blind share stuff into the group, because the time that it takes up is time that we're not marketing, virtual and physical shows. So, it's been posted in there a couple of times now. If you need advice on anything, that's the place for it. If you want to give advice, talk to other people, network with other suppliers, that's the place to do it. If you need help with sales pitches, marketing, motivation, that's the place to do it. It's not the place to kind of go, I've got a photo booth at this price, I've got flowers at this price, I'm doing photography services at this price. There's no brides in that group. So from this week, if I've had to boot you 3 times, then that person will be blocked from the group, which will be a shame, because it's a great resource that needs to be worked properly. So that's the serious bit for today.
Yeah, you've all been told off now.
Yeah, consider yourself told. So next week, it might be by this weekend, we'll be doing the simulcasting thing, which is where we're going live in 2 places at once, which I'm excited about in one hand. On another hand, I'm obviously nervous about it, but if it goes well, it's going to be brilliant. The Wedding Fair Guys website is on its way, and it's aiming for Monday of next week. That should be live. So that'll be a great thing. Alan smirking because he has about as much faith in me as what I do. Lloyd says Nout knew being told off. Nout knew being told off. He's saying it in a proper South Yorkshire accent. Those that are involved in the shows as well, whether it's you're actually on it or just posting in the groups, it's been really great to see this week. Lots of people physically promoting it themselves as well. That's a great thing. It's a great way of letting your network know where you're going to be and when, and getting your name out there. So that's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I think we're about done, aren't we?
I think that is us. Yeah. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Each week we're going to be doing these until things get back to normal a little bit. We might do these each week anyway, and we'll see a different background from Alan maybe. Or what we might try and do for 1 week, we'll not tell Alan, but I'm going to try and learn how to do green screen technology, and we can have dinosaurs chasing Alan whilst he's sat there in his living room, which would be
ever productive.
Very productive. Guys, please, comment in the comments below. Those that have come over to YouTube, please subscribe to us, and then you'll be updated when we release a new video about stuff. Lloyd says, can't thank you enough. Great idea. Well, at the end of the day, it's we are a community. It's all the suppliers we work with, the venues we work with, the software that we're working with, the marketing that we do. It's a collaboration of everybody. Without one piece, none of the other pieces would work. So, do you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you, Lloyd. So guys, that's it from us. Subscribe. I don't know where the button is. I think it's on your side, Alan.
Yes.
If you could point like I'm pointing. Make it like we've rehearsed this. Yeah, that's the one. That one. Subscribe over there. Leave your comments over there. And we shall see you later. Thank you very much for being part of this experiment on YouTube as well. And any comments or any questions, please put them in the support group and we'll get back to you as best as we can. And see you later.
See ya.